Oh, hi, I'm Faye.
Hello, I'm Fluffy, and today we're gonna learn that sometimes it's okay to be quiet.
And sometimes it's okay to be loud.
But it's really important to be yourself.
We're on a mission to be fabulous.
Bring joy, and most importantly, read the house down!
Hi, friends.
Hi, Faye. Hi, Fluffy.
I don't know about you, but I am super excited to be here today. How about all of you?
Yeah!
And how about you, Fluffy? Are you pumped?
Super pumped!
Oh, I love that energy, Fluffy.
Thanks, I'm glad that you're into my energy because something weird happened to me recently. I was going to my friend's birthday party. You know how I love birthday parties. I was just happy and I was excited.
Now, how about you when you go to parties? How do you all feel?
Happy.
Yeah. How about Daniel?
Super duper mega super happy.
Does anyone here sometimes feel shy?
Like when I'm meeting new people.
I feel shy sometimes when I'm meeting new people, too.
So the time came for the birthday cake. And so I sang in my loudest, proudest voice. I was having so much fun. And then their friend pulled me aside and said I was too loud and that I was taking attention away from Ray. But I didn't mean to do that. I was just being myself.
No!
What do you think?
You're amazing. You're fabulous.
You are amazing, Fluffy. And you know, the thing is that some people are really loud, and then you have other people who are really quiet, and then you have people who are in between. We are all just being ourselves.
Yay!
Start. Pepito, perfect timing. I was just gonna order some pizza. Do you want any? Pepito, did you hear me? Do you want anything? Well, why didn't you say so? We could share. Okay, how about a large pizza with some black olives? And then maybe something like pickles. Okay, how about some green peppers and mushrooms? Would that be better than pickles? You know, Pepito, you are not being very helpful on picking the toppings. You haven't said one thing about the options I picked. I know you're not much of a talker, but you need to give me some sort of answer. I want both of us to be happy. Well, of course, now that I'm looking at you, I can see your answers. Maybe there could be some way that if I can't look at you, or if I'm just too wrapped up in what I'm doing, but I need you to answer me, you could let me know that you hear me. Oh, Pepito, that's perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, back to the toppings. Black olives, mushrooms and peppers, pickles. Fine, no pickles on pizza. I'll put in the order, and it's 30 minutes until it gets here. Hey, think we could fit in a dance party before it arrives?
Hi, my name is Hayden. I'm 8 years old. Hi, my name is Jean Claire. I am 6 years old, and I am shy. I have lots of friends, and I share my ideas. I am very brave that I can go to a roller coaster. I really love drawing. I can draw like dragons. I love Lego and puzzles. I play instruments like piano and guitar. We are different, but we're brothers. We love each other. Bye. Bye.
Are you ready for the settle down song?
I certainly am.
Everybody settle down, how quiet can you be? Shake real fast, shake real slow, stand still as a tree. Now sit right down and gather round, it's story time. We've settled down, now take a look, let's open up this book.
Today's book is Violet Shrink, written by Christine Baldacchino.
Violet Shrink wears glasses like her father, Victor, but has much more hair on her head. She likes to listen to music through her purple headphones and make her own comic books under a tent.
At school, when it's time to play outside, Violet likes to spend the time alone. She collects leaves, stones, and dandelions to bring home and put on her windowsill.
There are things Violet doesn't like too. Violet doesn't like celery in her soup, and she doesn't like finding hairs on the kitchen table, even if they're her own.
And parties. Violet really doesn't like parties. Her father reminds her that she likes cake, music, and games, and those are all things you can find at parties. Violet wants to tell her father that while she likes all those things, she doesn't like them all at the same time. Being around a lot of people makes her palms sweat. Sometimes her ears feel hot or her stomach aches. Sometimes she squeezes her teeth together so hard that her head hurts.
Violet loves her father very much, and even though he often gets her to go to a party by using a word she's never heard before, a word like reception or function or potluck, he tells her to play with the other children and say hello to all of the grown-ups. But Violet just wishes she could just stay home in her tent with her purple headphones and her comic books.
One day, while she's picking celery out of her soup, Violet's father tells her that they've been invited to a little shindig for cousin Shar. When they arrive at her cousin's house, Violet is horrified to discover that it's a birthday party. How do you think she might be feeling now?
Shy and scared?
That's right.
Violet spends the entire time hiding under the kitchen table. She imagines she is a shark. Her ears don't feel hot anymore because sharks don't have ears that stick out the way hers do. And her palms aren't sweating because sharks don't have hands.
Just 2 weeks later, Violet's father tells her they're going to an anniversary bash for Auntie Marlene and Uncle Lile. The word bash reminds her of loud things like drums, fireworks, or pots and pans banging together. Sure enough, bash turns out to be another word for party. Make sure you say hello to everyone, Violet, and play with your cousins, her father says when they get there. No hiding under tables today, okay? Violet wipes her sweaty palms on her pants and squeezes her teeth together until her head hurts.
She doesn't hide under a table. Instead, she sits quietly at the top of the stairs where no one can see her. She imagines she's a snake. Gold and green as a dandelion wrapped around the branch of a very tall tree.
Violet knows her father isn't trying to be mean. He wants her to go to parties for the same reason he keeps putting celery in her soup. He thinks it's good for her. But when Violet's father tells her that the Shrink family reunion is coming up, she silently goes to her room. There will be a lot more relatives than usual, and more people means more voices. Louder voices. Uncle Joe will do his weird moose stuck in the mud dance, and all of Violet's aunts will laugh so loud she'll feel it in the pit of her stomach. Violet isn't hungry anymore, not even for dessert.
Dad, I have an important thing to say. Okay, he says, putting on his listening for real face. I don't like parties, or shindigs, or bashes, or get-togethers, or gatherings. I don't like any of those things. Your dad starts to say what he always says. You like cake, don't you? You like music, don't you? And you like games, don't you? Yes, Violet replies, but not all at the same time.
She tells him how her stomach hurts and her palms sweat and her ears get hot. Her father keeps his listening for real face on the whole time, which makes the words come more easily. And I don't like celery in my soup, she adds. I don't think I ever will. What if I leave out the celery but put in extra carrots, he asks. I don't hate carrots, she replies. Well, that solves that. Now what are we gonna do about all these parties? I think I know, Violet says, glancing at her blanket tent.
The Shrink family reunion ends up being quite the wingding.
But for the very first time, Violet's stomach doesn't ache, her palms don't sweat, and her ears don't feel hot. Because as the Shrink family parties late into the evening, Violet sits under the dessert table, purple headphones over her ears, a pile of comic books in her lap, and a smile on her face. The end. Now, I think what we really learned that Violet felt best at a party when she could be herself. Maybe we can all say that. I can be myself! Do you all feel good about being yourselves? We love you all, and we're so glad that you are here with us today. Remember to care.
Remember to be kind.
And remember to read. See you next time.